clearance volume. The total volume of an engine is equal to swept volume plus clearance volume. Clearance volume is inside the head, while swept volume, it is volume between TDC to BDC. Okay. So with this notation, we will start the cycle. So before that, if you have any doubt, we will discuss here. Yes, anybody? Yes.
Sir,
Anybody is
about the
having?
volume, sir. Can you explain it again, sir?
Yes. Okay, so you should know what is the stroke, what is clearance volume, and what is swept volume. Okay, so if it is clear to you, we'll go for the air standard cycles. Air standard cycles. Okay, so we'll start the air standard cycle. So last time also we have seen why we have to study the air standard cycle, because the basic cycles for this IC engine, like a petrol engine and diesel engine, is the air standard cycle. So we have to study the air standard cycle, and then we have to think how to improve the performance of this air standard cycle. So there are some assumptions of this air standard cycles. What are these assumptions? First, the working medium acts as a perfect gas. Means air is going to act as a perfect gas. Means what? It is following the law PV is equal to MRT. It follows the law PV is equal to MRT. So the first assumption, the air is used as a working medium which acts as a perfect gas, and it follows the law PV is equal to MRT. Okay, so this is the first assumption. Then working medium, we have seen it is fixed. It is a fixed mass enclosed inside the piston and cylinder, or it is flowing at a constant rate. Then the specific heats, that is Cp and Cv. For air, the value of Cp is 1.005 and Cv is 0.7, while the value of gamma is 1.4. So this specific heats remains constant. It is not varying. Generally, what happens with respect to temperature, this Cp and Cv are going to change or vary, increases. So we are assuming that the Cp and Cv values are remaining constant and these are not varying. Then the heat addition and rejection process takes place in a reversible manner. Okay, reversible manner, and they are taking place at a instantaneously, means within a very short period of time. And the combustion and expansion processes are reversible adiabatic, or it is called as a isentropic process. Okay, in the isentropic process, there is a no heat addition or there is a no heat rejection. Okay, so whatever the processes are there in a cycle, all the processes are reversible processes, and expansion and compression generally takes place by a isentropic way. We are neglecting the kinetic and potential energy. So these are the assumptions based on the cycles are based. So there's a no friction is there, no effect of viscosity is there, so that is neglected. So the major assumptions are the working medium is air, which acts as a perfect gas. It follows the law of PV is equal to MRT. Specific heats are constant, these are not changing. All the processes are reversible, and heat addition takes place instantaneously. So these are some processes already in the thermodynamics. We have studied the different processes. So I will name these processes like constant temperature, constant pressure, constant volume, adiabatic or isentropic, and polytropic. So these are the just formulas that I have listed only for the revision purpose. The perfect gas equation is PV is equal to MRT. So already you have studied. The perfect gas equation is PV is equal to MRT, or we can write P1 upon P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2. So this is a generalized equation we have seen. Cp minus Cv is equal to R, that is a gas constant. For constant volume process, we have governing equation as P by T is equal to constant. You can note somewhere if you require. For constant pressure process, the governing equation is V by T is equal to constant. For isothermal process, the governing equation is PV is equal to constant. And for a reversible adiabatic, or for a polytropic process, the governing equation is PV raised to gamma is equal to constant, or PV raised to n is equal to constant. And we have seen some PVT relations also. So these relations are, these are very important one. T2 upon T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to n minus 1, or it is a gamma minus 1. And T2 upon T1 is equal to P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 upon n, or gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So these are the relations we require for the analysis of the cycle. Yes, any doubt? So these values, already we are knowing these values. So value of Cp is 1, Cv is 0.7, gamma is 1.4, R is 0.287, unit of Pascal already you are knowing, the conversion of liter into meter cube or Cc. So based on that, there are 3 cycles, air standard cycles we are going to study. These are Otto cycle, which is also called as a constant volume cycle, diesel cycle, which is a constant pressure cycle, and dual cycle, or it is also called as a limited pressure cycle. Okay, so we are going for yes. You tell me any if there is a doubt is there or things are clear to you. Yes, Atharva. Atharva.
Clear, sir.
Atharva. Hello.
Yes, sir.
If any doubt is there, doubt is there, whatever we are saying.
No, sir. No doubt, sir.
काय समजतंय का?
हो, sir.
Okay. So if the things are clear to you, we'll go to the Otto cycle. Just listen carefully. Yes, on this slide, the Otto cycle is there, or it is also called as a constant volume cycle.
Your slide is not visible.
Excuse me,
Screen not
sir.
visible,
Excuse me,
sir.
sir.
Yes, I'm
Ah,
sharing.
yes, sir. Your slide is not
I am
visible.
sharing.
Screen not
Listen
sharing.
here, if you have any doubt, please ask me, because the don't look from the exam point of view, because whenever you are joining the any organization, company, or going for MS, these basic things are very important for you. Okay, so some extra things we may be discussed that may not be part of your examination, but that is required, because you may be giving the or facing the gate examinations and all these things. So from that point of also, the things are very important one. Yes. So listen here. So we are going for the Otto cycle. अभी question कहाँ पे यूज होता है, कौन से इंजन पे यूज होगा? Yes, anybody? Okay. Yes.
4-stroke इंजन सर.
4 स्ट्रोक इंजन बराबर है, लेकिन पेट्रोल इंजन के लिए ऑटो साइकिल यूज होता है. ओके, So all of you keep in mind, for all the petrol vehicles are operating on a Atto cycle. It may be two-wheeler, it may be four-wheeler, it may be anything. Okay, ठीक है. So Atto cycle is also called as a constant volume cycle. अभी constant volume cycle क्यों बोलते हैं? क्योंकि in Atto cycle the heat is added at constant volume. Fuel burn होने के लिए we have to add the heat, and that heat is added at constant volume. Okay. Now already we have seen the construction of engine and how it operates. So here we have a small figure of engine. So just now we have discussed what is clearance volume. ये जो ऊपर का पोर्शन है, कर्ड पोर्शन, उसको क्या बोलते हैं हम? सिलेंडर हेड बोलते हैं, सिलेंडर हेड. ठीक है. और यहाँ से यहाँ तक हम बोलते हैं इंजन ब्लॉक. ठीक है. सो क्लियरेंस वॉल्यूम VC कहाँ पे रहेगा? सिलेंडर हेड में रहेगा. ये जो वॉल्यूम है इसको बोलते हैं, येलो कलर का जो वॉल्यूम है उसको बोलते हैं क्लियरेंस वॉल्यूम. और चेंज द कलर and if you see the volume when the piston moves from TDC to BDC, जो भी वॉल्यूम आपका इंजन सक करेगा उसको क्या बोलते हैं? स्वेप्ट वॉल्यूम. स्वेप्ट मीन्स जितना उसने सक किया है. तो टोटल वॉल्यूम इज इक्वल टू क्लियरेंस वॉल्यूम प्लस स्वेप्ट वॉल्यूम. That you have to remain in your mind. And the distance between top dead center and bottom dead center, it is called as stroke. Okay. Now we are going for the PV diagram. Whatever the sequences happening in this engine, that we are representing on the PV diagram. Okay. So I will go to the PV diagram. So 0 point is there. So 0 point, if you observe, at 0 point the suction is going to start. तो 0 to 1 इज द सक्शन. मीन्स आपका पिस्टन जो है वो रहेगा यहाँ पे BDC पे. इनलेट वॉल इज ओपन एंड एयर इज सक्ड इनसाइड द इंजन. ठीक है. सो 0 to 1 इज द सक्शन प्रोसेस. नाउ विल गो टू द 1 to 2 प्रोसेस. अभी पॉइंट 1 जो है वो पिस्टन इज एट TDC, पिस्टन इज एट TDC एंड इट विल स्टार्ट्स टू मूव इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन. तो जब पिस्टन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में मूव होता है तो आप ऑब्जर्व करेंगे देयर इज अ decrement in volume is there. So volume is going to decrease, and because of that the pressure is going to rise. So process 1 to 2 is called as a adiabatic or isentropic compression. Okay. अभी compression क्यों है? क्योंकि volume कम हो रहा है तो air is going to compress. Why it is adiabatic? Because we are insulating the cylinder from the surrounding. So process 1 to 2 is called as isentropic compression, during which the piston is moving from TDC to BDC. ठीक है. Now we are at point 2. All of you listen. We are at point 2. अभी point 2 पे जो वॉल्यूम है उसको क्लियरेंस वॉल्यूम बोलते हैं, बराबर ना. वहाँ पिस्टन इज एट दिस पोजीशन, दिस पोजीशन. तो जो भी आपका एयर है वो एयर आपके सिलेंडर हेड में कॉम्प्रेस होगा. सो योर एयर इज नाउ accumulated inside the clearance volume. So VC is clearance volume. Now we are going for process 2 to 3. Now during process 2 to 3, your piston is at TDC and the heat is added. We are supplying the heat QS. QS is the amount of heat supplied. और कौन करता है? Spark plug करता है. So at the point 2, the both walls are closed, means inlet and outlet walls are closed. Piston is adding the energy. Spark is there. So because of that, the burning of fuel is going to start. So the process 2 to 3 is called as a constant volume heat addition. We are adding the heat at constant volume. ठीक है. So this is the second sequence which is happening in this particular engine. Now we are at point 3. The pressure in the engine is maximum, which is P3. The volume is V2. V2 is equal to V3 because it is a constant volume process. Okay. The fuel is burning. Now because of this burning of fuel, there is an explosion is going to take place, and because of that high pressure is developed, and that high pressure creates a force, and due to that force piston starts to move in the downward direction from TDC to BDC. So that process we are calling as an expansion process. So process 3 to 4, if you observe, the piston is moving in the downward direction and the pressure is decreasing. At the same time, the volume is increasing from V3 to V4, and the positive work is done by the mixture on the piston. So we are getting the work done during this adiabatic expansion. So why it is called as adiabatic expansion? Because piston and cylinder are insulated from the surrounding. Okay. Now we are at point 4. We are at point 4 means piston is at BDC. Piston is at BDC at this point. Okay. Now the engine is filled with the burnout gases. Now we require to remove these burnout gases from this particular engine, and for this purpose we have the next stroke which is called as a exhaust stroke. Now during exhaust stroke, what happens at point 4? This outlet valve is going to open. Outlet valve is going to open. Piston starts to move in the upward direction, and all the gases are expelled from the engine to the surrounding, so that next fresh air can be taken inside this engine. So in this way, this particular cycle works. Okay. So once again, I'm trying to repeat it. If there are any doubts or confusions are there, before that, if you have any doubt, specific doubt, please we will discuss. Yes, any doubt? Yes.
No, sir, no doubt.
No, sir.
No doubt, sir. No doubt, sir.
I will just, shall we repeat it again? So, yeah, we'll move ahead. Is it required to repeat? Yes, anybody?
No, sir, no need to repeat.
No, sir.
No, no need, sir.
Not need.
Thank you.
Not,
Okay.
no, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So I think the things are clear to you, but for my sake, I will repeat it once again. Just listen carefully. I will only discuss about the process. 1 to 2 is called as a adiabatic or isentropic compression. We are compressing the air. अभी मेरा क्वेश्चन है, एयर को हम compress क्यों करते हैं? If the things are clear to you, क्या जरूरत है एयर को compress करने की? Yes, anybody? Yes, Vaibhav.
सर बाद में अपने कंबशन के लिए इजी होता है कि ज्यादा
बराबर।
प्रेशर से वो नीचे आए.
Correct.
System.
Vaibhav is correct. Yes, yes. Very correct. Now, हम क्या करें? We are increasing the strength of the, or we can say the capacity of air. We are compressing the air means what? We are increasing the capacity of the air. So by adding the fuel, it can impact on the piston so that we can get a power. So that's why we are compressing the air. So process 1 to 2 is adiabatic compression. Process 2 to 3 is the constant volume heat addition. So piston is at TDC. आपका spark plug fire होगा. We are adding the heat, and due to the addition of heat, the impact is there on the piston. So process 3 to 4 is the adiabatic expansion, and the last process is constant volume heat rejection. So this is a PV diagram of the Otto cycle. Now the efficiency of this Otto cycle is given by the formula 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1. ठीक है? Generally for a power producing devices, the performance is measured by the efficiency. तो यहाँ पे R term आई है. So what is R? R is called as a compression ratio. So what we have seen, to increase the strength of the working medium, we are compressing this air. So that is taken into account by a term which is called as a compression ratio. So what is this compression ratio? It is the volume at point 2, means after compression, to the volume at point 1 before compression. So V2 by V1 is called as a compression ratio. So one thing you keep in mind, so your performance of engine or efficiency of engine, it depends upon only one parameter, which is called as a compression ratio. तो आप जितना compression ratio बढ़ाएंगे उतनी आपकी Otto cycle की efficiency बढ़ेगी. But there is some limit is there for the compression ratio, so that you are going to study in the subject IC engine. But the compression ratio of petrol vehicle or Otto cycle, it is limited up to 12 or 14 has to 1. So 12 to 14 has to 1 is the compression ratio. So compression ratio का significance क्या है? So based on that you have to decide the travel of piston, stroke, या आपका TD से और BDC का जो distance है, so that is decided by the compression ratio. 12 compression ratio है तो उसका stroke क्या होगा? So your efficiency is depending upon the compression ratio. So now we are deriving this expression for the efficiency of the constant volume cycle or Otto cycle. So that is, so this is the amount of heat supplied is QH and amount of heat rejected is QL. So we have represented it on the TS diagram. So if you observe on TS diagram, 1 to 2 is compression, temperature is increasing. 2 to 3 is the heat addition. So highest temperature and pressure in the cycle is P3 and T3. If you observe, the highest temperature and pressure in the cycle is P3 and T3. Okay, T3. Okay. So 1 to 2 is compression, 2 to 3 is heat addition at constant volume, 3 to 4 is expansion, temperature is decreasing, and 4 to 1 is the, you can say, exhaust stroke. 3 to 4 is 3 to 4 is power stroke, and 4 to 1 is the exhaust stroke. So 1 to 2 compression, 2 to 3 heat addition at constant volume, 3 to 4 expansion, and 1 to 2 is the exhaust stroke. Okay. So okay. So this is just for our information. So this is since we are facing an online examination, so derivation is not asked, but we should know the procedure. That's why we are going to cover it. So what we are going to do, we are going to derive the expression for the efficiency of Otto cycle. 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma, that we are going to derive. So it is based on the first law of thermodynamics. So efficiency formula, you are knowing that the output upon input is the efficiency. Output upon input is the efficiency. So the work done that we are getting from the cycle, it is equal to QH minus QL. What is QH? Heat supplied. And what is QL? Heat rejected. So heat supplied is more compared to rejected. So QH minus QL is the work done. And heat input is QH. So the efficiency is equal to work done W divided by heat supplied is QH. So we can write it as QH minus QL divided by QH. Okay. Now if we separate the variables, QH get cancelled. So we have this equation 1 minus QH 1 minus QL upon QH. So we have the formula of efficiency as 1 minus QL upon QH. ठीक है? So अभी क्या कर रहे हैं? We are putting this QL and QH with respect to processes. Now heat is supplied during constant volume process, and heat is rejected also during constant volume process. So for constant volume process, the formula of heat supplied is MCV into delta T. MCV into delta T. So we have here MCV into delta T on the numerator, MCV into delta T on the denominator. But which temperatures we have to take? For which we have to go for the PV diagram. So I will go to the TS diagram. For the constant volume heat addition, the change in temperature is T2 minus T1. And for constant volume heat rejection, the change is T3 minus T4. So T2 minus T1, MCV into T2 minus T1 is the heat supplied. Sorry, T2 minus T1 is the heat supplied, and MCV T3 minus T4 is the heat rejected. So we'll go to the formula once again. So we have MCV into T4 minus T1 divided by MCV into T3 minus T2. Okay. Now MCV get cancelled. Okay. Now from this equation we will take T1 common from the numerator and T2 common from the denominator. So we have this equation now 1 minus T1 into T4 by T1 minus 1 divided by T2 into T3 by T2 minus 1. Okay. Now after this, what we have to do, we have to show these bracketed terms are remaining same. This T3 by T1 is equal to, sorry, just a minute. T4 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2. So that we have to show. This T4 by T1 minus 1 is equal to T3 by T2 minus 1, that we have to show. So for which purpose we have to go for the two isentropic processes. We have to go for the two isentropic processes. For isentropic processes, the governing equation is PV raised to gamma is equal to constant, or we can write P1 V1 raised to gamma is equal to P2 V2 raised to gamma. So this is called as a governing equation of the isentropic or adiabatic process. For isentropic process, we can write the relationship between volume and temperature as T2 by T1 is equal to, we have to take these notations crosswise. T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. Okay. Similarly, we can write T3 by T4 is equal to, we have to take this notation crosswise. Now, if the T4 is, 4 is on the denominator side. For volume, it will goes to the numerator side. So, V4 by V1, V4 by V3 raised to gamma minus 1. So, once again, I am repeating, the T and V are inversely proportional. T and V are inversely proportional. So, T2 upon T1, so 1 goes to numerator side because they are inversely proportional. T2 upon T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. So this is for isentropic process 1 to 2. Similarly, isentropic process 3 to 4, we can write T3 by T4 is equal to, now 4 goes to numerator, V4 by V3 raised to gamma minus 1. So if you observe this ratio, V1 by V2 and V4 by V3. So what is V1 by V2? Yes, anybody? What is V1 by V2? Yes. V1 by V2 is compression ratio. V1 by V2 or V4 by V3. Sorry, not V1 by V2 by V1. Larger volume divided by smaller volume, V2 by V1 is equal to V3 by V4, and that is called as a compression ratio R. Okay? So that we are utilizing in the formula.
So smaller volume upon larger volume will be
Larger volume upon smaller volume. Its correction is there. Compression ratio is always greater than 1.
okay. So
Okay. Larger volume V2 upon V1. Okay. V2 upon V1 is the compression ratio. Because it is.
but here V1 and V4 are the larger volumes, right?
V1 and
V4 are the larger volumes, right?
yeah. It's correction. Huh? Sorry. It's correction. It's V1 by V2. It's V1. So there is correction is required. Just a minute. It's a very good point that you have noted. It's V1 by V2. It's correct. V1 by V2. Sorry. Compression ratio is always larger than 1. So V1 by V2. V1 by V2 is compression ratio and V4 by V3 is the compression ratio. Okay. Thank you. Yes. So we'll go to the derivation again. So we have V1 by V2 as a compression ratio. So V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1 is equal to V4 by V3 raised to gamma minus 1. That is equal to T2 by T1 and T3 by T4. So we can equate this because these two terms are same one. So T3 by T4 coming from here and T2 by T1, they are remaining same. Okay. So we can write T3 by T2 is equal to T4 by T1. Okay. T3 by T2, we have moved this T2 on the right hand side and T4 on the left hand side. So T3 by T2 is equal to T4 by T1. Okay. So now what is happening because of that? So this bracketed term is getting cancelled and we have the compression ratio, we have the efficiency as efficiency of this cycle is equal to 1 minus, if we go to the previous formula, so these two bracketed term are getting cancelled. So 1 minus T1 by T2 is the efficiency. 1 minus T1 by T2 is the efficiency. Okay. Now we are not knowing the temperatures, but we are knowing the compression ratio. Okay. So we'll convert this T1 by T2 in terms of compression ratio. And for which purpose we have to use the process 1 to 2 as a isentropic compression. So 1 to 2 as a isentropic compression. So what we can write? For isentropic compression, we can write T1 by T2 is equal to cross linear terms V2 by V1 raised to gamma minus 1. T1 by T2 is equal to V2 by V1 raised to gamma minus 1. ठीक है. Now यहाँ पे क्या है, T1 by T2 is equal to V2 by V1 raised to gamma minus 1. But what we will do, T1 by T2 is equal to, we will write it is V1 by V2 raised to, will change the, it becomes 1 minus gamma. It becomes 1 minus gamma. Okay. So T1 by T2 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to 1 minus gamma. Okay. So we'll substitute here. So what is going to change? Efficiency is equal to 1 minus V1 by V2 raised to 1 minus gamma. That is equal to V1 by V2 is compression ratio. That is equal to 1 minus compression ratio raised to 1 minus gamma. Or we can write efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1. If you take this R on the numerator, that is the efficiency of the Otto cycle. Okay. So this is the derivation. So you go through it once again. So from the exam point of view, it is not important one, but whenever if you go for the examination like gate examinations, or if you have a chance to design the petrol engine, so there you need these things. Okay. So right now we'll concentrate on the formula of Otto cycle, efficiency formula. 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1. You note down amount of heat supplied. It is QS or QH. It is equal to MCV into bracket T3 minus T2. Amount of heat rejected. Amount of heat rejected we are calling as a QL or QR. That is equal to again MCV into bracket T4 minus T1. T4 minus T1. T4 minus T1. Okay. Yes. So with this analysis, now we are going for a small numericals based on this Otto cycle. Yes. Any doubt? Yes, anybody having any doubt?
No, sir.
No,
sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, anybody is having any doubt? Yes, there are a few, 1-2 questions are there. During which process the heat is added in Otto cycle?
Two
2
to
to 3, sir.
2 to 3, sir.
2 to 3, sir.
process.
Yeah, 2 to 3 is the constant volume process. Okay. अभी volume कब constant रहता है? When the column is remaining constant.
Sir, when the piston is not moving.
Piston is not moving. Or it is at TDC. It's good.
TDC.
Yes, correct. Then the heat is,
TDC.
yeah. And that process is very instantaneous process. Within a fraction of second, the heat is added. Okay. You go through the video that I have shared. So there you can clear the things. Okay. And we are getting the power during which process?
3
3
to 4.
3 to 4.
Yeah, it's good. It is called as a isentropic expansion. Okay, isentropic expansion. Okay. So I think the things are clear to you. Okay. So if any doubt, please ask. Then we will move ahead. Don't keep the doubts in mind. If you have any doubt, please ask me. For the examination, we will going to ask the questions like this: during which process the heat is added, or what is the process of heat addition, like that. Yes. Any doubt? Yes, Samyak, Tanmay, Sanket, Vaishnavi.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now we are going for the problems. So problem ke liye, if you require, note down the formulas. What are the formulas required? The first formula is heat supplied. Qs is equal to mass. Always you remember, whenever the heat is supplied, the formula is mCp delta T. It may be mCp delta T or mCv delta T. Now, since the heat addition and rejection takes place at constant volume, it is mCv delta T. So heat addition mCv into T3 minus T2, heat rejected mCv into T4 minus
T4
T1,
minus T1.
and efficiency is 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1. ठीक है, gamma की वैल्यू क्या रहेगी आपको एग्जाम में नहीं दी रहेगी. Gamma is 1.4 for air. Cp and Cv it is not given. Cp is 1, Cv is 0.7. You have to by heart these things. Okay, and one more thing, the swept volume we need to find in some cases. Write down the formula of swept volume. Vs is equal to pi by 4 d square L. Write down Vs is equal to pi by 4 d square L. That is called as a swept volume. Okay, so with this formula we'll solve the numerical. So we'll start first with the simple numerical, and then we'll try to go for the little bit difficult one on the higher side. Just wait, I'm sharing the numerical. Yes. Is it visible?
Yes.
If it is, yes.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay. So the first numerical, all of you read along with me. An engine working on an Otto cycle. So what we have given, Otto cycle is given. The temperature at the beginning and at the end of compression are 27 degrees centigrade and 327 degrees centigrade. Okay. At the beginning of compression means which point? Which point where?
BD.
नाही पॉइंट सांगा, पीव्ही डायग्रामवर पॉइंट सांगा मला.
0.
0 to
0.
no
0 to 1.
0 to 1 is
to
suction.
1
0 to
to
1 is, yeah,
1
point
to
1.
2.
1 to 2.
Okay.
Good. 0 to 1 is the suction process. At point 1 the compression is going to start, and at 2 the compression is going to end. So if you observe, T1 is the start of compression and T2 is the end of compression. So T1 is 27 degrees centigrade and T2 is 327 degrees centigrade. We are going to convert into Kelvin. So T1 is 300 and T2 is 600 Kelvin. Find the compression ratio. Now what is compression ratio? It is R. Now what is its formula? V1 by V2.
Yes.
Okay. So for compression process, how T and V are related? How T and V are related? Either directly proportional to or inversely proportional? For
Inversely
isentropic.
proportional.
Yeah. So we can write.
Inversely.
Yes, good. Thank you. T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2. If state point change होते हैं V1 by V2 और power जी है, power is gamma minus 1. Power is gamma minus 1. So we can write T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. So here compression ratio is equal to V1 by V2 is compression ratio. Larger volume divided by smaller volume is equal to T2 by T1 raised to 1 upon gamma minus 1. Okay. ठीक है, पावर चेंज हो गई है तो 1 हो गया. The formula I will write here. I'm going to write here formula. T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. अभी ये जो पावर है और इंस्टेड ऑफ V1 by V2 T1 upon T2 में गया तो हो गया 1 upon gamma minus 1. So find out the compression ratio as T2 is given to us, that is 600 divided by 300 raised to 1 upon 1.4 minus 1. So we are getting the compression ratio as 5.65. 5.65 is the compression ratio. ठीक है. अभी efficiency का formula क्या है? What is efficiency? Eta is equal to, yes, you have to by heart. What is efficiency?
1 minus R
raised to
raised to power gamma minus 1.
Yes, 1 minus
Minus
1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1. तो अभी इसमें substitute करो, you will get the answer. If you substitute in this formula, you will get the answer. So 1 minus 1 upon 5.65 raised to 0.4. Find out the efficiency and tell me the value. Yes, anybody of you calculate and tell me. Yes, anybody? Hello.
So 0.499.
499 means 0.49 is 49%. Okay, 49% is the efficiency. So all of you listen here. जितना हम compression ratio बढ़ाएंगे, अभी compression ratio कितना है 5.65. जितना हम compression ratio बढ़ाएंगे ना, तो हम air की ताकत बढ़ाते हैं, and we are getting the higher efficiency. So maximum compression ratio for Otto cycle it is limited up to 14:1. उसके आगे जाएंगे तो there are some other problems are there. आपका engine जो है vibration होने लगता है. There is a detonation and a knocking is there that you are going to study in the further courses. But the highest compression ratio is near about 12 or 14 will be there for a Otto cycle. ठीक है? So I think we'll go for one more problem. I think we have time of 5 minutes. So we'll go for one more problem. Okay. So in the second problem, it is also a simple one problem is there. So we'll discuss only in a air standard Otto cycle. So the cycle is given as a Otto cycle. The pressure ratio is given. The pressure ratio during the compression is 15. The pressure ratio is given instead of compression ratio. The pressure ratio is given 15. The temperature of air at the beginning of compressor is 37 degrees centigrade, and maximum temperature obtained in the cycle is 1950 degrees centigrade. Determine the compression ratio, find out the thermal efficiency, and find out the work done. Okay. Now, when the pressure ratio comes means it is a ratio of P2 by P1. It is given. Yes, I will copy the PV diagram from previous one. Okay. Repeat. Okay. Okay, so we have diesel cycle. Okay, so what we have given, the pressure ratio is given, that is P2 by P1 is given, that is 15. Then the temperature at the beginning of compression means which point, which state point? T1, that is 37 degrees centigrade. And maximum temperature obtained in the cycle is 1950. What is the maximum temperature? It is
T3.
T3. Okay, yeah. So P2 by P1 is given, T1 is given, and T3 is given. Value of gamma it is given 1.4, and Cp is given 1.717. Okay, and we have to find out compression ratio, thermal efficiency, and work done. Yes. So my question: how to find out the compression ratio first? Yes. Anybody? Any formula? Yes. How to find out compression ratio? Compression ratio means क्या? Process 1 to 2 आया, तो V1 by V2 find out करना है. Yes, which formula we can use?
Sir, PV to V raised to power gamma. Adiabatic process, sir.
We have, yes, we have T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. For isentropic process, we are having this relation. Okay, from this, we'll see this problem in the next lecture because we are reaching up to 10:50. Just wait for 2 minutes. I will share the attendance sheet. So register your attendance with a Google form that I'm going to float here. Yes, you register your attendance with the Google form. Okay, you can register your attendance and you can leave the meeting. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you. Thanks a lot.